What's your slightly illegal life hack? Sci-Hub. It's a website that allows you to get access to basically any academic paper without paying for access to them. It's amazing. Well, I used to work as a lawyer in the criminal court here in Ireland. At the time, parking was very difficult, but the largest police station in Ireland was adjacent to the district courts there. The criminal courts have moved since, but at the time they were at the Bridewell. Anyway, outside that station, there were loads of parking spaces, all marked police only. One day I was running late and decided I would take the ticket rather than be late, or court saw parked in one. No ticket. I started doing it regularly. Pretty soon they were used to my car there, so I guess they all assumed it belonged to a policeman. It was great. Even if I got a ticket, I had saved multiples of the ticket cost by the time a few weeks had gone by. Several months later, it finally caught up with me. I was starting a car getting ready to pull out when a cop held up his arm. Damn, I thought, and wound down the window. He said good evening to the judge and stopped oncoming traffic to let me go. I said thanks very much and drove on. Thing is, I was in my early 20s. Way too young to possibly be a judge in Ireland, where 40s would be young for that job. I'll think the cops collectively decided that anyone with the audacity to blatantly park in that space must be a judge. Who else would think they could get away with old sevens saved me probably $10,000. At a time early in my career when I really needed the money. Once I was established in the spot, I would pull into it right in front of cops and nonchalantly get out and walk away. Nobody challenged me. Long story short, will you break the law blatantly, the cops may decide not to challenge you. I recently got into propagating succulents. If you take a leaf and just leave it out in a greenhouse, it will eventually sprout a new plant. Instead of buying succulents or succulent cuttings online, I go to a plant store or Home Depot and scour the succulent section for fallen leaves. I'll come home with up to 50 leaves to propagate. You wouldn't download a tree. If you catch a bee in a jar, put it in your fridge, he'll fall asleep in the frost. You can then put him in your mouth. He will eventually wake up as your mouth heats him up. Then you've got a free bee in your mouth. Do you know that I give you money for uploading my videos to TikTok, and the one who gains the most views in a month gets an extra $1,000? More details on my Discord server, link in the comments. When I was running low on food, I would eat the free breakfast at the hotel 2 minutes from my apartment. Eve found a parking spot that has a parking meter on it, but by virtue of its location, that meter never gets checked. I've parked for free all day for over 2 years, not one parking ticket. In my town, the meters all have little blinking red or green lights. Presumably, they just drive by and look for red lights at night. Always wondered what would happen if you made a little device with blinking green LEDs and just taped it to the meter. The device wouldn't cost more than a couple bucks and it wouldn't be visible at night. Never break 2 laws at once. If you're speeding, don't look at your phone. I never pay for parking and put a sign that says machine broken B45 am on my dash. Only time I get a ticket is when I forget to take it out of my glove box. Edit. I see casual parking fraud is the theme of this thread. If it's a private business and not the city parking meters, just never pay the ticket. I've gotten at least 20 tickets at my tiny university in New Jersey and have never paid. They don't tow cars, and they have no idea whose car they are ticketing because I never registered it in the system in the first place. It's a pretty big hole in their system. I am a college football fan, and I park downtown right in front of the stadium. The max time on the meter is 2 hours, but I still park there. I'll get a $15 ticket every time, but the paid parking lots are $25.30. Just pay the ticket and smile to see people that paid double and walked a mile. This one isn't really illegal, but if you go to Dunkin' Donuts about 30 minutes before closing time, they will give you all their leftover donuts if you ask. If you don't, they just throw them away. Don't ask for totally free donuts. Ask for 2 donuts. Pay for them and then ask, is there anything you are looking to get rid of? And the employee will make you a dozen for free. But if you walk in asking for free food, if you want to buy a car that doesn't have a title, first make sure it's not stolen, then register it online in the state of Vermont, and they will make you a new title and send it to you without needing to inspect it. I'll go to the Reddit stream pages for any sports event I want to watch, since it'd be the only reason to pay for cable. I once was invited to the executive lounge at a hotel about 5 minutes from my place. They serve free wine and finger food there, literally no security or room checking or anything. I go there sometimes after work when I feel like a glass or 2 by myself. I work security at an upscale hotel. We have a concierge lounge that anyone can literally walk right into as well. Only Platinum members are given access to the concierge floor, which is the 8th floor. To access the 8th floor, you need to use your key card in the elevator, which will only work if you've been given access. Or you can take the elevator to the 7th floor and take 1 flight of stairs to the 8th. No one will ever know. The washing machines in my dorm have a payment system that uses your student ID instead of change for more convenient washing. But if you unplug the Ethernet cable on the box you swipe your card in, it doesn't charge you when it's connected again. Never have tried it, but put the address you want the letter to go to in the return address spot, and then don't put a stamp on the envelope. It's really stupid to risk federal crime for less than 50 cents, but I think this fits this thread. I used to convert online, access-only .pif books into printable versions and then share them with classmates. When looking for stuff on Google that's pirated, you might see a message at the bottom that says something like, "In response to multiple complaints that we received under the U.S. Digital Millennium Copyright Act, we have removed number results from this page. If you wish, you may read the DMCA complaints that caused the removals at lumendatabase.org. Complaint." With links to multiple complaints. Click one of the complaint links. It should take you to lumendatabase. Look for the part that says allegedly infringing URLs and boom, one or more links to what you want. Personally speaking, at least 95% of the time get a working link. I study and work at a university. We're often park in the paid parking lots where you get a ticket printed at the time of arrival and then feed back in when you leave to calculate your total. I found that if you crumple up the ticket, the machine can't read it, and then I call the helpline and tell them my ticket is unreadable, and they immediately open the gate. I haven't had to pay for on-campus parking all year. I play the stupid foreigner card if I am caught jaywalking. I was nearly 18 before I realized crossing the road was a crime in some countries. In the UK, we just look both ways and go for it. Foxtel, Australia's cable TV provider, gives free 2-week trials. You download their app and can Chromecast to your TV. For about 8 months, we've been creating a new Gmail address and resetting an old iPad. Yes, it's a tiny hassle, but I already pay around $130 per month for 2 satellite boxes, and that package doesn't have Chromecast functionality. Not me, but I have a friend who pays for 1 movie, then finds every good movie that's playing, times everything, and watches something like 3 or 4 movies in a day. Gym at the university is like a $300 membership for 6 months, but I've realized that they don't scan your card if you go up to the women's gym. I've been using my old card to get the access card for the women's gym. I have 2 cards from the gym, so if I ever do get caught, I'll pretend I bought the wrong one. It's probably not a good thing to do, but as a broke uni student, I have no remorse. Keep getting Amazon Prime by creating new emails every month and signing up for the free trial. You can claim up to $300 worth of non-cash donation money every year on taxes without a receipt. An example would be you'd say you donated $250 worth of clothes. If a website disables your ability to right-click save their media, in order to protect it, you can usually grab it easily enough by opening the page info in your browser and going to the media tab, maybe called something else depending on browser used, and there should be a list of all media embedded on a page. Pictures, videos, and so on. You can stream almost any TV show or movie without paying for it just by looking for free sites. They are always shutting down and popping back up in new addresses. Just follow 123 movies on Twitter. I had a small burn and went to buy burn cream at Walmart for it. I realized before I bought the cream that Walmart sells aloe vera plants. I broke part of one off and applied it to the burn, and I was all good. As a broke college kid, go to Costco through the return entrance and keep walking to the cafe. Cheap pizza, salad, hot dog, etc. Bought a good quality steam mop from a store, but didn't take the warranty. 6 weeks in and it stopped working. I went back and they refused to take it back without a store warranty, so I took it home and cleaned it, went to the same store at another town. It's a huge chain. I bought the same mop, switched it out of the box, went back in and said my wife had just bought the same product in their sister store and got an instant refund. Scan tomatoes as potatoes in self-serve checkout. Also, ringing up a TV as bananas will allow you to pay by the weight of the TV. This is handy for when you want to watch a show in 4K, but only have pocket change. I steal all the napkins at Taco Bell. I turn my unused satellite dish into a Wi-Fi antenna strong enough to steal a neighbor's unlocked Wi-Fi. All if you drive a common car or SUV and you need new tires or have a part that is worn out or about to break, go rent a similar make model and switch stuff out. I know a guy that did this with an entire transmission. Just get the insurance and push the car down the block from your garage and call a tow when the work is done. At school, we had a fingerprint scanner linked to an account we used to pay for meals. At the entrance to the cafeteria, there was a machine with another scanner used to make deposits. I used to purposely use the wrong finger so it wouldn't work. It's worth noting that if you didn't have the funds, they wouldn't let you go overdrawn, not due to limitations in the system. Rather, it's probably best to not give 11-year-old kids the financial freedom to buy wherever food they want and have their parents cough up later. This is why there was a machine at the entrance as mentioned previously. So I'd go to pay, use the wrong finger, and the lunch lady would ask my name to take a note. I'd give her my name and she would send me on my way with my lunch. It was never followed up on, and by the time I had left school, I must have accrued some serious debt. I'd estimate at around 800 pounds. That's 2 years, 380 days of 1 pound and 40 pence pizzas and a drink. If you haven't watched my other videos, then be sure to watch this one. I bet it will amaze you. Or you can watch all our videos in a row in this playlist. Write your stories in the comments, subscribe, turn on the bell, and go to our Discord. There we give you money for uploading our videos to TikTok. You uploaded, you gained views, you got money. Link in the comments.